Hello, friends. How are you doing? I'm so excited and a little nervous to talk about artificial intelligence, the upcoming meaning crisis, and really what we can do for congregations. So say hi if you're watching live in the chat. Love knowing who's here. I'm going to tell you a quick story that led to this session and what I would call my accidental AI mini sabbatical. And I want to give you some specific things that I think we can expect in terms of artificial intelligence development in the very near future, what that means in terms of our sense of meaning as human beings, and what congregations can do. So, welcome to all of you. And after the live session is over, feel free to comment. So, recently, about a month ago, I led a clergy, beginning of this month, not a month ago. When was it? Early November. Time is like, boop. I led a clergy summit in New York for community clergy from around the state. It was hosted by a hospital system. And one of the things we explored in terms of looking at digital life and the impacts of technology on healthcare, spiritual care, and our work as religious leaders, we dove into like, what does AI look like in the coming years, and what does that mean for us? And one of the things I shared as I've been doing research is that the people who are developing this technology are very clear that like we're on a trajectory where within, and like I was reading up the past few days, so the most recent things like within the next year to 3 years, we should expect artificial intelligence to be able to replicate the work of any human being. Any job that you can do on a computer, an AI is going to be able to do. Like, that's the trajectory. And the people who help develop the technology is like, yeah, we're going there fast. And we can't stop developing this because, if I'm worried about the consequences as the founder of the company or others in the company, if I were to slow down our progress just because it's the right thing to do, well, other companies are going to push forward and it's going to get developed and then our company will be hurt. So we're all stuck going full speed. And one thing that's a problem is figuring out how do you build in ethics and more of that kind of reasoning into AI systems. That's been that's hard to do. It's a problem. But really at the foundation, what does it mean for humans in terms of our meaning, our sense of meaning and purpose, if everything that we do right now in terms of work, at least in terms of like what can be done on a computer, creativity, different thinking, all of that, that those tasks can be done by and will likely be done by machines. So for me, I find this terrifying because I've been working with congregations and the rate at which we adapt to the changing world is, it's a slow process in congregations, right? Like how fast do we adapt? And now the acceleration is ramping up. So the thing that I have been working on, and I want to encourage you to think about as you're paying attention to what's happening in the world of technology, but then also all the other issues, is that we have an amazing opportunity, and I think it's a calling really, responsibility to be the institutions that organize our communities, humanity collectively, to come together to talk about the issues of our time, from AI to like what does it mean to be a human in a world where you don't have to work. And if you can replace people and don't need people to work, how are we going to take care of everybody? And what are the ethics in that? And so I think those of you who are religious leaders, members of congregations, and can organize events, conversations, small groups, etc., that if we really drill down and focus on being engines for engaging our communities in the justice issues of our time, including technology, that positions you to be front and center and at the heart of the most important conversations we need to have as humans, which actually, the AI conversation is actually almost like more of an urgent and existential threat than climate change at this point, based on what the people developing the technology say. All right, like all I've been doing on my daily walks is listening to podcasts with AI experts. It's like, ooh, hello. So what do you think about that? If your congregation were to start focusing on gathering people, what would that look like? Now, in my work with congregations, for a while now, I've been advocating for really focusing, especially after the pandemic hit and we continue the pandemic, to really focus on, you have to deliver connection, community, help people connect quickly, and help people have meaningful conversations and fast. So I think we can focus our core small group ministries and associated group programs for your core congregation. So if you're a Unitarian Universalist, I'm raised Unitarian Universalist, if you have a UU small group ministry program, you can still do that. But I think we need to build out around that community groups designed for humans. That's it. We're not trying to make you this religion or that religion. Our congregation, because we have a calling and a responsibility to do so, I'm encouraging you to do that, is hosting community groups. Don't call them a weird name, like a cryptic churchy thing, but community groups exploring this. And so I think if we do that, we can start addressing the issues around the loneliness epidemic, the need for community, engage people in the meaningful conversation, and have a tremendous impact on these conversations, especially if we design the conversations and the events so that we can crowdsource what we explore, talk, learn, like our ideas, and feed that back into the larger the public conversation around AI, technology, and meaning. Conversation that, check this out. As I'm listening to podcast interviews, I'm kind of like in this incredulous, like I can't believe this is what's happening. But these interviews with these top experts, they're saying, like, we really need to get the community involved in these conversations. Like, we really need humanity to talk about this. We're not organizing that conversation. That's not our job. And what? Slowing down AI progress? Yeah, we can't do that. So we're going to move full force towards artificial general intelligence, which is AI as smart as humans. And then the general view is once you hit that, those AIs will be smart enough to improve themselves. So you move to super intelligence, which is basically like hitting alien level, like beyond us very soon. So friends, we have to get people talking about these matters. Now, practically, how do we do it? So as I've been getting into this more, I've been working small groups and been advocating for things in congregations. I'm going to start shifting my approach from doing all this work to encourage you to do whatever model you want in your congregation, just implementing some of my strategies and recommendations, to a dual approach. I'm going to support you in doing your approach, and then I'm going to work on my goals for the new year, like ready for the new year, develop a conversation model, like an open source community group conversation model that all congregations can use, all nonprofits can use the best approaches from the small group models we've worked with and I've worked with for decades, and make that into a general, here's a model for connection, community, and meaningful conversation, and crowdsourcing that back in. So that's what my plans are. Tell me what you think about that, and feel free to comment now in the chat, in the comments after the live, and you can email me. So one of the things I've been doing with AI, I've been doing a deep dive. Check this out. I was trying to figure out first how to get AI to generate small group sessions on a wide range of topics a little more quickly, so that as we move towards rolling out a broader community group engagement, conversation, and meaning-making movement that we can develop content very easily. So I wanted to like set up like a chat GPT kind of thing that can do that. And I was also worried like we need to make these systems more ethical. So how do we do that? So in my experiments, I've been first was trying to teach it how to use my approach, but there's a level of creativity and sophistication that these things lack. And so what I've been doing, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this. I'll do another live soon. Is using my years of Zen meditation and mindfulness practice to observe how my creativity works and figure out how to use chat GPT styled prompts to get it to be more sophisticated in reflection, ethic reflection, and related things. And I've had some really interesting progress in terms of helping to have it design that content to be really engaging. Now, ultimately, I'm going to be working on sessions and want to collaborate with more of you to develop the sessions and the community models for, the models for bringing the community together. But I just want you to know that I'm committed to we have to get people to engage with these issues and other issues. And as congregations focusing so much on connection, meaning, justice, purpose, all these things, that if we're smart, we can not only really help humanity, your local community, but we can also have your congregation in the newspaper, have all of your members meeting other people in the community, bringing their friends in. And so there's a secondary, I think, really powerful growth opportunity. So I'm excited for that. I'd love to know your thoughts. Have you been using any of the AI tools like ChatGPT, or Anthropic has Claude, there's Google Bard, there's so many. On Twitter, I've been following people who are reviewing AI tools. There's hundreds of new tools a day. So my work is focused on with the AI, how do we make these systems more ethical? How do we bring ethical reflection into the process? And how do we leverage those tools not to replace humans, but within the context of our work and your ministry to make it more effective, more efficient, to generate the content that you want. So being able to say, this thing happened this weekend in terms of a crisis, and we want to hold community group sessions after church, and to be able to go click, click, and get a guide, a session plan like that. This will be fun technology. All right. So I just want to say, as you think about AI and start paying attention, I hope you're paying attention to what's happening in terms of AI and its impact on our world, the ability to replace human jobs, that whenever you feel that you're on pushback or you're concerned, that you immediately move to a mode of all right, how do we get people to talk about this? And how do we gather people such that nobody is facing this alone? And we can use that model on climate, on AI, and all the issues we face moving forward. So you gather your core community, gather your larger community around that, or invite them to. Reach out to other partners, invite them to use the same model. And I think we can collectively use partner organizations, nonprofits, schools, municipalities, etc., to really be we need to talk. And I think we really do. I really, really do. So my hope for you as we move forward over the coming months, don't be surprised for new AI announcements to come out anytime that's we can replicate human creativity. We can replicate this, we can replicate that. We can do anything a person can do with a computer using AI. And just know that is as big of a transformation as the Industrial Revolution. So in terms of the things coming, we're talking like this wave of what AI is going to do to our world is full redesign of human society. And the only way it's going to be a beautiful design, friends, is if we design it. Because the people developing technology, that's not their business. All right, that's our business. So thank you for all you do. I'm going to keep this a little bit short because I'm actually working on some AI projects. How can we make them more ethical? I'm not an AI developer, like coder, but you can actually just type things in and guide the way these things work. It's very interesting, mildly terrifying, very exciting. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you for all you do, and also thank you for all your support. Some of you know we're kind of connected a little more closely to me. I have a lot of people in my immediate family, not my wife and child, but the circle around that. Lots of like major health problems, which are kind of leading me to have to redesign some of my projects, priorities, sequences, and just redesign my work a little bit. So thank you for your support. I'm going to be prioritizing how do we use more community groups and larger community engagement to be of service, address these issues, and really support the mission, vision, growth, and sustainability of your congregation. So that's my plan. Be in touch. I'll be in touch, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. All right. Let me look at those comments. Bum, bum. All right. Excellent. I'll talk to you all soon. Feel free to comment, chat after.